Hey, this is Paul from Les Bronx Guitars and welcome to my shop. So this is the first in a series of videos on how we build guitars here at Les Bronx Guitars. And what I thought I'd do for this series is build a 613 CS Artisan. The Artisan looks like this. Okay, this is a flat top, bolt-on neck design, no arm relief, no belly cuts, unless custom requested. The only thing about this build is I'm not going to do it exactly like this. I'm going to do something different with this model. So I got a phone call from a good friend, Nono Clay, and Nono owns several of these guitars, but he asked me if I can build a carved top set neck, and I said yes, I can. I just got to work through the details. One of the details was coming up with a carve. I wanted to make the carve different from my other carved tops. So I got something that's smooth and flowing and quite sexy actually. But I'm not going to reveal it right now because I'm still tweaking on it a little bit. So when it's ready, we'll do a video on that. But for now, for part one, we're going to go ahead and build the neck. So I'm going to use a piece of African mahogany. It's in rough form, and I'm gonna run it through my planer, hit it on my joiner, run it through my planer. I'm gonna cut the headstock angle on it. I'm gonna route the truss rod channel for it, stuff like that. So I won't bore you either with a bunch of video of me cutting and whittling on a piece of wood. I mean, who wants to see that for 20 minutes, right? So I'm just going to hit on the key points and just keep it as short as possible, and you'll get the gist. You'll understand what's going on, and we'll have fun doing it. So go ahead and kick back and enjoy your favorite beverage and enjoy the show. See you in a little bit. So what I did was, after I planed everything out, edged it, I looked at the piece of wood, give one more good examination. There's a little bark incursion right here. Not worried about it, that's gonna be on the outside of the template. But I looked at it for aesthetics. I like the way it looks. This side is gonna be basically the back of the guitar, and this will be the front of the guitar. And they pretty much both look good. I mean, either way it's gonna look good. You don't really know what's gonna happen deep down inside of here. Hopefully there's nothing in there. Doesn't look like it. But pretty much all of the defects that I do see in the lumber will be gone after it's finished. So from this end right here to right here is my usable piece. So we're gonna cut this piece off right here. That's gonna be waste. We won't need it anymore. So I marked the center line down the center of this piece. I marked a line right here, and this is where my 13-degree headstock angle is gonna start. So it's gonna cut off this way, just like this guitar here. Okay. So now I'm gonna take it to my bandsaw. Chuck this up in my fixture and my jig, and we're going to cut this 13-degree angle. Okay, here's the jig. This jig right here is going to cut an angle either 9 degrees or 13 degrees. Those are the two headstock angles that I use. I use a 9-degree angled headstock, on guitars with tremolos installed on them, and I use 13 degrees for non-tremolos. So it just rides in this groove right here. There's a little block of wood here that it guides on this guide right here. It's set up for a 13 degree. If I want a 9 degree, I just pull a screw out from the underneath here, and I move it a little bit, and I put in another hole, and this one here is just a pivot point. Looks like that's about it right there. Start this up and do a cut. So I take it slow. Let the blade bite in. And there it is. There's my angle. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this angle down. Because the bandsaw does leave a little bit of kerfing from the, or whatever, marks from the blade, I'm going to smooth that out. I'm going to do this on my flat sander. Okay, I'm all set up here. I'm going to go ahead and route out the channel for the truss rod. This is a double action truss rod, and that's going to sit in here like this. So I'm going to route out this channel, stop right here, leave a little meat up here for the nut to rest on, and a little bit here on that side, just to have a piece of some more meat left over here for the head plate that goes on here. Okay, so I had to quit for a day, but I'm back, and this is the final results here. I've got the truss rod channel routed out all the way through, and I've got my access right here for the Allen wrench to adjust the end of the truss rod. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a long drill bit, and I'm going to drill from this cavity to that cavity, because like I said, I want to leave this wood up here. This is where the nut's going to sit. I want the wood to be intact. Okay, so there you have it. Truss rod fits in here like this, and we have access right here to adjust it. Now this piece right here, we're going to put on a maple cap, and it's going to cover this, and then we're going to drill a hole, put a router bit in here, and follow with a guide bearing, and make the same type of hole right here, so we'll be able to access that. So the nut will sit there, and it's got a nice wood surface to sit on. All right, so we're going to be on to the next step. Okay, so I put graphite rods in my necks, and this is a graphite rod right here. Very strong, strong as steel. Can't bend it. Plus it'll flex this way, but on its end like this is the way to set in. It's very, very strong. Some guys put 2 rods on either side of the truss rod, this whole length of rod here. I don't. I cut this in half and I placed it in a very specific spot on the neck. And what that does is it allows me to control where the neck is going to relieve at. It keeps me straighter on the end towards the neck pocket, and it allows the neck to bow further up the neck towards the nut. It's very specific. I don't really have a number for you, but you'll see where it is and you can figure it out. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this installed. Alright, I think that's going to be about it for now for part 1. So I'm going to go ahead and recap what we did. So we took this piece of African mahogany, we joined it, we planed it to what you see right here. We cut a 13-degree angle off the top of this for the headstock angle. We routed out a truss rod channel, and we also routed out 2 channels for some carbon fiber rods, and we glued those in. So for part 2, we're going to go ahead and get a piece of veneer glued up on this. And it's going to look something like this. I'm not sure what type of wood we're going to use yet, but we're going to put a piece up on here. And we'll also route out that same access hole through this. And we're going to start the process of building a fingerboard. Alright, so there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video. I have built 6 guitars for No Clay. One of them was an LS6. This is one of the first models that I come up with, and then like I said earlier, when we came up with the new design for the 613 CS, I ended up building 5 of those for Clay, but he only has 4 of them. That's right, somebody stole one. So I'm going to try to get a picture of that up in this video somewhere so you can get a good look at it. And if anyone sees it anywhere in the world, let me know, because we want that rascal back. Okay, so enough of that. So if you like what you've seen here today, please subscribe and like my channel. You can also go over to my website at www.lesbronzeguitars.com. I've got links on there for Facebook and Instagram. Just have a look around and you can see all the different models that I build, and you know, just let me know what you think. Okay, so that's enough, and we're signing off here at Les Bronze Guitars, where custom is what it's all about. See you next time.